It was a 1960 Corvair. My dad drove it for about a year and then he gave it to me for graduation. It was my first car and it was a car I learned to drive in, and it meant a lot to me. I can't remember if it was the brake or the acceleration. Something was kind of sticking and he couldn't figure out what was wrong. So he climbed underneath and he found this ring was underneath the pedal. So he calls the car dealer and he says, we found this ring. And the guy was like, oh, well, I buy these cars at auction. I have no idea who owned them before. I was in high school and I didn't have a boyfriend, so I kind of pretended it was my boyfriend's ring. It was kind of fun. But after that, it went into my jewelry box. And basically, it's been in my jewelry box for 50 years. It's not that I don't get rid of anything, but because it was special. What would you do with it? Because it really didn't belong to me. I always thought I was hanging on to it for somebody, for you to come along and find out who it really belonged to.
I got an email from Doug Johnson. After reading your article on found rings, my wife located this ring. It's a 1968 class ring. The owner's initials are most likely AA or possibly AP, as the edge of the second initial is worn away. From what little info we can now get, we think it could be South Umpqua High School in Myrtle Creek. I searched South Umpqua High School yearbook 1968, and miraculously I found one. It's on classmates.com. It was like a digital yearbook, and so I could flip through all the pages. I was looking for somebody with the initials AA or AP. There is nobody with those initials. Well, I'll just look at every possible name in there. And there was only one guy whose first initial was an A. I found a Winston A. Huddleston II. So I sent him an email and it said, "Hi Arch, I'm a reporter with the Oregonian in Portland. I know this is a shot in the dark, but is it possible this is your class ring?" And he wrote me back like a one-sentence email that just said, "I think that may be my ring." He couldn't remember when he lost it. And he also never had a Corvair. So we're gonna meet with Arch, and we're gonna meet with Doug and Cindy who have the ring, and we'll find out if it's his ring.
That is my high school graduation picture. It seems like it was yesterday, but it seems like it was a lifetime away. Born and raised in town of Myrtle Creek, kind of a sleepy little area, farming, logging type community. So I was one that was real excited about when are we going to get, order our class rings. They weren't inexpensive, but I was thrilled to death to have it, Wore the thing, enjoyed it, and the best that my wife Donna and I can come up with is I had a briefcase and some stuff stolen. We figured that ring was probably in there. Yeah, that's mine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Amazing. It's been years since I've seen that. Found it in a Corvair. I'll be darned. You hear about things like this, but usually you're not a participant in something like this. All of you, especially you two, really appreciate you guys, the effort and the largesse that you have displayed helping us get this thing back. It does have a lot of sentimental value to me, It was a period in my life when I was young and carefree and had my hair. It's one of those sensory issues. Maybe in my case, like distant memories and emotions will pop up with some people with smell or something like that, or a certain sound. It was a time when I was just starting out in life. This brings back a lot of good memories, and I may wear it on occasion. It's not going to wind up in a 60 Corvair again.